Jim, we're hearing a lot about gas prices, that they've gone up a lot in the last 2 months. And, I hear so many things about people saying, oh, we got to have more drilling, or, oh, the president has to do something. And it just strikes me that there are a lot of misperceptions about gas prices out there. What do you think is the biggest thing people don't understand about the price of gas?
They don't understand that it makes a lot of sense to hoard, that there are a lot of ships that you can use from Frontline and Nordic American Tankers. If you're a commodity fund, take down a lot of oil. The worst that happens, we've got decent demand for oil, but if Iran and Israel get in a war, you're going to make 30-40% overnight. So if I'm a commodity player, or am I a fund that buys, that has an allocation of commodity, the best thing to do would be buy crude. And, these are financial buyers, and they're running ahead of people who are very concerned that perhaps their whole country may be short of energy. So Chinese. So I think that the prospect of war in Iran is driving everything. Now I think oil would be up. Wouldn't have made the last $12, $13. Yes, if we had better infrastructure in this country and we did the Trans-Canada pipeline, we'd be more energy self-sufficient. But that doesn't mean we bring the price down. We're producing, we can increase our oil by about 1.5 million barrels per day in the next 18 months. And we could also, if we did a crash, plan to be able to get trucks to shift, by giving them incentives to be able to shift to a Westport engine, Westport Cummins. 25% of our oil that is imported goes to diesel for trucks. And if you manage to switch to natural gas, it's 40-to-1 ratio, by the way, the highest it's ever been between diesel and natural gas. You'd actually dent the price of gas and dent the price of oil.
Let's talk about demand, because we were not linking gas prices and demand for a long time, as we were talking about. You were talking about the Middle East and all the tensions there. And then we kind of started to go back to that with, oh, well, demand's going to be down, global recession, blah, blah, blah. So it started, but now we're pushing that correlation away from demand and back to Middle East tension.
I know demand should fall off. I did a Real Money piece today saying it hasn't yet. There, I'm concerned. I talked about that last night on Mad Money. Is there a tipping point? We're just not at the tipping point yet. I think that there's not as much sticker shock as before. Compare 2008 to 2012. Jobs are getting better now. Jobs are getting worse then. Credit crunch then. Credit getting more plentiful now. People feeling a little more optimistic now. People feeling very pessimistic then. Autos, while the average auto is 11 years old, people have been working to be able to get more mileage in their cars. So it's not as devastating yet. Witness Darden saying 2.5-3% for Red Lobster and for Olive Garden. Those numbers have been dramatically reduced in 2008 when gasoline got when it got to 4.17. So what I would say is, look, it hasn't happened yet. You can argue that if Iran and Israel do it, it's going to be the home run the world for, tragedy there, but home run the world for the hoarders. So the hoarders are in charge, and they will hoard it up to, say, 145, 150.